Okay, let's talk about food. I mean, we are constantly bombarded with advice online about what we should be eating, what we shouldn't. It can get so overwhelming. In this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that noise and arm you with the tools you need to make genuinely smart choices about your own nutrition. You know the feeling, right? You're just scrolling through your feed and you see this post about some incredible new superfood. But then, just a few scrolls later, another post says that exact same food is actually terrible for you. It's really confusing. And that's the big challenge of trying to figure out nutrition in the online world. And yeah, that's really the heart of the problem, isn't it? You have influencers, you have ads, and they're all pushing these trendy, quick fix diets with these wild promises of instant results. But you have to ask, how much of this is actually backed by real science? Well, that's exactly the question we're going to tackle today. So, with all this conflicting info, how do we possibly find our way? Well, the key is a tool that I like to call our compass, food literacy. Seriously, think of it like that. It's the skill that helps us navigate this really complex landscape and find true north for our own health. See, food literacy is so much more than just some temporary diet plan. It's a whole set of skills that will literally help you for your entire life. It's about really understanding what your body needs, knowing how to keep your food safe, and making choices that are going to benefit you way, way down the road. And this is exactly why it's so incredibly powerful. This isn't about memorizing some long list of good foods and bad foods. No way. It's about understanding the why behind nutrition. Knowing this helps you spot trustworthy sources, and it empowers you to make choices that genuinely fuel your body, keep you feeling energized, and support you, especially during your teen years when, let's be real, so much is changing. All right, let's get specific. Let's talk about the actual fuel your body needs right now. As a teenager, you're going through a massive growth spurt, and that means your body needs more of certain key nutrients than pretty much any other time in your life. First up, calcium and vitamin D. Think of these two as the master construction crew for your entire skeleton. Getting enough from things like milk, yogurt, fortified drinks, or even fish right now, it's like making a long-term investment in strong bones that are going to support you for the rest of your life. Next, let's talk about protein. This stuff is basically your body's personal repair team and its growth engine all in one. So whether you're super active in sports or, just growing taller, protein from foods like eggs, lean meats, beans, or tofu is absolutely essential for building and maintaining your muscles. And we cannot forget about iron. I mean, have you ever felt totally wiped out or had trouble just concentrating in class? Iron is so crucial because it carries oxygen in your blood, and that directly impacts your energy levels and your focus. So foods like spinach, lentils, and red meat are incredibly important for keeping your mind sharp and your body going. Okay, so we know what we need. But how in the world do we sift through all that noise online? This brings us to our next amazing tool, the filter. Think of this as your practical guide for telling credible, useful advice from total clickbait. So, before you believe any nutrition claim you see online, just pause and ask yourself these 3 simple questions. 1. Who is the source? Are they a real qualified expert? 2. What's the evidence? Is this just an opinion or is it backed by actual research? And 3. Does it sound way too good to be true? Because if it promises some kind of magical extreme result, it's probably not based on solid science. Now, that third question is especially important when it comes to fad diets. They are everywhere and they're often dressed up as a quick fix. But honestly, they can be incredibly risky, especially for a body that's still growing. Fad diets so often require you to just completely eliminate entire food groups. And that can lead to some serious nutrient shortages and just leave you feeling completely drained. We're talking brain fog during a big test or having zero energy for sports practice. A balanced approach, on the other hand, includes a wide variety of foods, which gives your body the consistent fuel it really needs for long-term health and strength. So here's the bottom line. Fad diets create really dangerous imbalances. Your body is this complex machine, right? And it needs a very specific mix of macronutrients, that's your carbs, proteins, and fats, and micronutrients, your vitamins and minerals, just to run smoothly. When a diet forces you to cut out one of those key components, it's kind of like trying to run a car without any oil. The whole system can just start to break down. All right, we've talked about the compass, the fuel, and the filter. Now we're at the final, and honestly, the most important part, putting all of this knowledge into practice. This is where it all comes down to your food and your choices. Let's just take a second here and reflect. Think about it honestly.
Is it from a health class at school, your family, or does most of what you hear about food come from your social media feed? Just knowing where your info comes from is the first huge step to taking control. And building on that, just how much power do those trends have over what ends up on your plate? Hey, there is absolutely no judgment here. This is all about awareness. Just recognizing that influence is a massive part of developing your own food smarts. And finally, let's end with some action. This doesn't have to be some massive life-changing overhaul, not at all. Maybe it's just adding a glass of milk for some calcium, or choosing a piece of fruit instead of chips for a snack. Or maybe it's just simply questioning that miracle diet you see pop up online. So what's one small, smart choice you can make today to fuel your future?